Welcome to the Reconnection Club podcast, the show that helps parents heal troubled relationships with their adult sons and daughters. I'm your host, psychotherapist Tina Gilbertson. Each week I'll offer you compassion, clarity, and personal development tips designed to help you reconnect, not only with your child, but with yourself. Now let's get started. The holidays can be one of the toughest times of the year for parents estranged from adult children, and often grandchildren as well. It may be tempting to ignore, avoid, or downplay the holidays. You might want to escape by going on vacation. You might want to take on heaps of volunteer service to keep busy and keep anxiety at bay. Or you might just put your head under the covers and wait for the new year. It's not easy to escape the holidays. So this episode contains 6 ideas to help see you through a potentially difficult time of the year. Number 1. Avoid sending gifts to estranged adult children. I explained the dangers of gift giving during estrangement in episode 10, so be sure to review that before you get carried away with the spirit of giving. But while you're not sending gifts to your child, do feel free to spend the money you save on a nice gift for yourself. If you have everything you need, give yourself an experience such as a meal, a class, or a getaway. If you rarely treat yourself to anything that's not absolutely necessary, the holidays, and your birthday, by the way, are built-in reminders on the calendar that you deserve a gift sometimes, too. Take this excuse to be generous with yourself this month. Number 2, create a ritual. Although your child can't help you deal with all the painful emotions stirred up by the estrangement, there are ways you can process these yourself by acknowledging, honoring, and generally making room for them. You might have survived the holidays without your child before and found a way to get through them. If you have something that works for you, by all means use that. If this is your first holiday season without your child, or you don't know how you'll handle the holidays without them, consider creating a ritual to honor the relationship and your sense of loss. Rituals help us cope with grief and other difficult feelings by giving them a place in our lives. One example of a ritual might be singing your child's favorite Christmas carol and dedicating your song to your child. The same can be done with their favorite story, their favorite food, or even their favorite family ritual. We're dedicating this song to Jonah, whom we love and miss, you might say. Or, I made this special dessert in honor of Madeline. I'm thinking of her and hoping to reunite one day. Another ritual you could adopt is to light a small candle for your child and focus your thoughts on him or her while it's burning. When you perform a ritual, let whatever feelings happen, happen. Above all, allow yourself and others to grieve this month. If some family members are uncomfortable with that, assure them it's safe and healthy to experience painful feelings on purpose. Let them know that doing so may be the only way to free up room in your heart for other feelings, like contentment, camaraderie, and maybe even a smidgen of joy. Whatever ritual you choose, it should have time boundaries. Placing an empty chair at the table for your child and leaving it there throughout the holidays is not a ritual. Make it something that can be done in anywhere from 5 seconds to an hour. Reciting a prayer or poem, singing a song, drinking a toast, watching a program, or eating a meal, all of these are time-limited ways to honor your child and can serve as a holiday ritual. Remember, rituals help to define losses and contain them. This makes room at other times for other aspects of the holidays, ones you might appreciate and enjoy. Number 3, volunteer. Many people find satisfaction in helping others, and if you're one of those people, this is a good month to indulge yourself. There are opportunities everywhere. Being of service to others can be a soothing balm when your heart is hurting, but only if you're genuinely up for it. If you feel drained, exhausted, or overwhelmed this month, volunteering could be just another to-do in a long list of obligations. However, if you're at loose ends and have a little extra time and energy, find a way to help someone less fortunate than yourself. In the U.S., you can find volunteer opportunities through both Volunteer Match and the United Way. In Canada, try Volunteer Canada. In the UK, there's gov.uk. In Australia, check out Seek Volunteer. I'll link to all of these in the show notes, which you can find at reconnectionclub.com/15. Just about anywhere, you can do an internet search for volunteer opportunities in your country, state, or city and find ways to help others. Number 4, start the new year early. Why wait till the last minute to usher in the new year with its promise of new beginnings? It may be natural to spend time thinking about your relationship with an estranged child or children, but doing so can produce subtle changes in the way your mind works. Feeling helpless in the face of something so important can push you toward passivity. It starts to feel as if you have no control over anything. And maybe it doesn't matter anyway, says your exhausted brain. But when you widen your focus to include other areas of your life, you may find circumstances that you could make better. Many aspects of your life are under your control. What can you have an impact on that would improve your quality of life? You're allowed to start thinking about those things today. You don't have to wait till January 1st to act on making positive changes. Starting on projects now will take you out of the waiting game and put you in the driver's seat. Start an exercise regimen or take a break from exercise to rest up for the next phase. Add something good like rest, reading, or something else that's nice to your daily routine. Sign up for a class that starts in January, or find an online course that fascinates you and delve into it this month. Start building a new business or make necessary changes to your current one this month. Spend time gazing out the window and giving thought to something important to you other than your child. Give yourself the gift of personal goals and start moving toward them. In any given moment, at any time of year, you can take control of at least some parts of your life. Number 5, say no. Especially during this busy season, it can be helpful to remember that no is not a 4-letter word. Just because you've always done X, Y, or Z doesn't mean you have to do it this year. When you're feeling sad, empty, or just plain pooped, that's the time to practice good self-care in the form of setting boundaries. After all, your time and energy are yours to do with as you wish. If there's a prize we get for reaching adulthood, it's the privilege of personal choice. Do others expect you to do something every year that you're frankly not enjoying? Calmly let them know you're taking yourself off the hook this year. If anyone puts up a fuss, it's good for them to see you standing firm. If you get pushback from family or friends, recognize this as simple boundary testing. Pass the test by holding your ground against demands on you that you're not obligated to fulfill. Do it with a smile, because nobody's doing anything wrong by testing your boundaries. Here are some examples of activities that are optional. Putting up lights or decorations. Cooking. Buying, making, or even wrapping gifts. Providing housing or transportation. Hosting or attending parties or other events. And traveling. This year, if you don't feel like it, either let someone else do it, hire someone to do it, or decide it doesn't have to be done. Number 6, let yourself enjoy the holidays. The end of the year is upon us, and there will be festivities. If that puts dread in your heart, it's no wonder. There's a cultural emphasis on family that's tough to endure when yours isn't intact. It's really easy to feel as if you don't fit in, as if the holidays aren't for you, but it doesn't have to be that way. You might decide this year to let certain safe people know about the situation with your child or children. Admit that you're sad about it and that you feel out of step with the holiday season. And maybe you'll let those people offer support and companionship to help brighten the darkness. Maybe their support will give you the strength and the will to participate in activities you used to enjoy at this time of year. You might even find moments of cheer and build new memories to cherish. It may seem wrong to enjoy yourself knowing that you and your child are disconnected right now. You could find yourself in the middle of a smile when a sadness comes over you. If that happens, it's okay. There's ambiguity in the moment, and that can just be as it is. Opening yourself to the many pleasures of the season doesn't mean you don't love your child or that you've given up on him or her, but it means you're alive. When you allow yourself to live your life despite your child's absence, when you open your heart to spontaneous moments of joy, companionship, or gratitude, you don't lose a thing. Grieving your relationship with your child won't keep them close, and refusing to let yourself be happy till they're back won't draw them to you. It only robs you of this moment. Let yourself be open to life during the holidays this year. It could give you something you might have thought you'd lost. Until next time, remember that you are a loving, lovable, and still growing human being, so please take good care of yourself. Bye for now. If you've enjoyed this episode of the Reconnection Club podcast, I invite you to check out reconnectionclub.com. The Reconnection Club is for parents at any stage of estrangement from their adult, child, or children. So whether you've just realized there's trouble between you, you've been living with estrangement for years, or you're newly reconciled but still walking on eggshells, the Reconnection Club is your essential resource for information, support, and continued personal growth. With our courses and workshops, expert interviews, monthly Q&A calls, and a friendly, active community, the Reconnection Club is a wonderful place to be for anyone suffering the pain of estrangement from an adult, child, or children. So check it out at reconnectionclub.com.